Boston, the Boston Bruins are one loss away from their season being over. Girardi finished things off for the Tampa Bay Lightning, tipping in the game-winning goal with 16:42 left in the first overtime to top the Bruins 4-3 in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. It was the first overtime game of the postseason for the Bruins. With the loss, the Bruins trail 3-1 in the series heading back to Tampa Bay for Game 5. From the moment the puck dropped, the Bruins looked as if they were in trouble. The Lightning were all over them in their defensive zone, and repeatedly forced turnovers in the neutral zone. One of those turnovers led to the first Tampa Bay goal, when Braden Point pickpocketed Rick Nash burst past Zdeno Chara and then scored on his own rebound after Tuukka Rask made the first save. The goal was his third of the postseason, and it was an unassisted goal. Just before the midway point of the first period, the Lightning struck again. After Zdeno Chara sent the puck in the seats for a delay of game penalty, Nikita Kucherov fired home a one-timer on the power play. It was Kucherov's sixth goal of the postseason, but his first of the series, and it came from assists by Victor Hedman and Steven Stamkos. Tampa Bay got into some penalty trouble toward the end of the first period, however, and the Bruins took advantage. First, David Pastrnak batted in a rebound out of the air for a power play goal, his 20th point of the postseason. Then, after Tyler Johnson tripped Pastrnak to begin the second period, Patrice Bergeron scored a power play goal of his own. Bergeron's goal came as a result of a pretty give-and-go play with Torrey Krug in the corner, and was his fifth goal of the postseason. Krug assisted on both goals. The power play goals gave the Bruins life. Boston peppered Andrei Vasilevskiy with shots throughout the second period, and came up with several big hits. One of the biggest, a low hit from Brad Marchand on Ryan Callahan, led to some fighting. It also led to another Marchand-licking incident, his second of the postseason. Boston took advantage of another special teams situation in the third period, this time on the penalty kill. After a questionable hooking call led to a Lightning power play, Brad Marchand streaked up the right wing and fed Patrice Bergeron in stride for his second goal of the game. The goal was a pretty tip-in for Bergeron, and gave the Bruins a 3-2 lead midway through the third period. Things began to fall apart for the Bruins a few minutes later, however. First, Alex Killorn crunched Torrey Krug into the boards on a play that led to him limping down the tunnel with an injury. Then, after Kucherov brought Charlie McAvoy down behind his own net, the Lightning capitalized on a turnover with a Stamkos one-time goal. With 7:04 left in the third period, Tampa Bay brought the score even. That was enough to send it to overtime, where Girardi finished things. Rask finished with 24 saves in the loss, while Vasilevskiy finished with 29 saves in the win. Game 5 of the series is set for Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Amalie Arena, where the Bruins will need to begin a stretch of 3 wins in a row to advance in the postseason.